The story you tell yourself will determine whether you are improving yourself or impairing yourself. Welcome to this edition of The Power Plan with Tashara. I am your host, author, and speaker Tashara TJ Robinson, and I am here to educate, encourage, and edify you on your life's journey. Yep, that story, those thoughts, those scenarios that you keep running in your mind through your subconscious will have more power on whether you are improving yourself or impairing yourself. We're going to unpack that concept on today's video. But first, a little background. My name is Tashara TJ Robinson, and I am an author and a speaker, and now a single divorced working mom. I was married for a long time, for 19 years, and I was at home with our 4 beautiful children for 17 years. Well, my life didn't go as I had planned, and now I'm a divorced single working mom. So much self-reflection that I had to go through, really self-analysis, really meeting myself for the first time on a guttural, visceral level. All of it wasn't pretty, but you know what? This end result is gorgeous. It's beautiful. And it continues to unfold because I am now strong enough to look at myself, analyze why I do what I do, and I have the tools now to change. And that's why I decided to start the Power Plan channel, because I know I'm not alone when it comes to going through some sort of transformational event in your life. Financial issue, divorce, health, relationship demise. All of those, in my opinion, served me. They serve to awaken me to my true identity and my true power. And that is, I get to choose. I have the power. I am the one who gives life to things outside of myself. It's not the other way around. I'm no longer going outside of myself to relationships or jobs or people or things to bring me validation, because I'm already validated. So that's why I started this channel. I've actually written a couple of books. My latest book is actually on Amazon. It is From Pitiful to Powerful. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But don't forget to hit like on this video and hit the subscribe button so that you can get these videos and be reminded every time I drop a video. So when I think about that entire transition and me putting it in a organized format as far as my book, it has been transformational for me, and that's why I wanted to share it with the world via the Power Plan channel. So everything that you see from me, my videos, my books, it's gonna have a consistent theme. I actually like to call all of my viewers, my readers, powerful ones, because you are. When you awaken to this realization, you'll go, I am powerful, huh? So that is why I started the Power Plan channel. So let's get into today's video. Your story, the story that you tell yourself, will have more power over your self-improvement or your self-impairment. I'll just share the story that I would tell myself. The story has changed now. When I was married and going through that difficult season, the story, those thoughts that I kept ruminating, I never told anyone, but they were just, swirling around in my spirit. The story I told myself was, well, although I did go to college, I haven't worked in so long, so I might as well, try to make this work. I have 4 children. Daycare is going to be so expensive. I'm not going to be able to really support myself, so I guess I better figure out how to make this work. That story that I told myself really hindered me. It hindered me from recognizing the power that I do have a choice in the decisions that I was making. I had talked myself pretty much into a limiting position. I was arguing for my limitations. I like my other teacher says that. So that story that I kept telling myself, I just kept arguing for my limitations. Well, I can't do this because I'm this, and I haven't done this, so I can't. Have you ever really sat with yourself and recognized that you've said those things too? Or just been enlightened with, I keep saying I can't, I won't, it can't happen. That's arguing for your limitations, and I did it for years. Until eventually I realized, you know what? I'm the only one standing in the way. It's like I'm programming myself for limitations. Until that fateful day, I was in the bathroom when I was still married, and I heard this voice. We are done making excuses, and it's time to make a decision. And that was the first time in my life, really, that I heard that clarity, and I made a decision. Okay, Tashara, you can stay in this marriage knowing you know what's going on. Look at yourself in the mirror, say, I am choosing to stay given thus and so. Or you can leave, understanding that it's your choice. When I got quiet and stopped doing all this talking and complaining and really quieted that inner voice, that story, that's when I was able to gain some traction. So as I matriculated through the divorce, I realized I was still telling myself a story. Well, girl, you're going to have to just take whatever job you can get. It's been a while. Or you are maybe older than the rest of these people in the job market. So arguing for my limitations. I saw it. Even as recently, probably as a few months ago, I was a stay-at-home mom for so many years, and now I'm a single. I've learned to limit that story too. And the only reason I tell it is because to give you some perspective of the trajectory of my life. But I've learned to limit telling myself that story because, again, I'm arguing for my limitations. When I change that story, and you change the story just by changing the thoughts that you think on a consistent basis, now my story is I am valuable. I'm valuable to my children. I'm valuable to the marketplace right now, given my education, my experience, and my life experience. That is the story I tell myself. And watch how the story you tell yourself really affects how you behave, how you feel about yourself, therefore the actions that you take or don't take. That's why that story is super important. You have to determine the story that you keep telling yourself. No one has to know. That's between you and your spirit within. What story are you continuously telling yourself? You're limited in some way. Age, health, finances, location, race, gender. What? What are you telling yourself? Then figure out if that story is serving you. Ask yourself, am I arguing for my limitations? When you realize, I've been arguing for my limitations. I'm the one that keeps putting myself in this box. It's so freeing on the other side. When you continue, or when you write yourself a new story, hey, I'm valuable. I have expertise, intelligence, and value to add to the marketplace right now. That's actually exciting. Now I'm excited about meeting people, networking, doing those things that in my spirit I've only thought about. Now I can do it because I've set myself free by changing my story. So the story that you tell yourself has power over your self-improvement or your self-impairment. Are you empowering yourself through the story that you continuously tell yourself, or are you impairing or limiting yourself based on the story that you tell yourself? And this is part of what I call your inner work. It's really easy when we feel like we are stressed or frustrated to take it out on the people around us, our spouses, our children, the people at our job, the people in traffic. But the truth is, there's a story that you're telling yourself that's making you feel frustrated, unaccomplished. So get with that. Sit with that story. When you sit with yourself and figure all that out, I believe you're going to be a more peaceful, powerful person. I know because I had to do it for myself. I am so appreciative of you. I'm appreciative of your time and your attention on today's video on the Power Plan. I ask that you hit like on this video and make sure you hit the subscribe button. And like I always like to end every video that I shoot, remember, you are as powerful as you choose to be.